Check out Koen's Corner social in the description down below. Blue Sky, Discord server, and everything else can be found right over there. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Koen's Corner. A very different Koen's Corner. Today is the first Koen's Corner in a really long time where I'm actually on camera again. Well, on webcam in this case, because I haven't really been using my camera. I don't even know where the thing is sitting right now. It's somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I move my shit all over the place all the time, and now I just kind of lost my camcorder. But anyway, that's not even what we're here for today. Today we're going to talk about something that happened recently that I really badly wanted to talk about for a couple of days now, but I haven't really had the time or the opportunity or anything to really talk about it up to this point. So I figured, and I finally actually got the time to talk about it. But then I also needed to figure out what exactly I wanted to say and all that. So I finally actually managed to get all of my thoughts together and actually just talk about it. So let's actually go over it. If you've been around the PhoenixStarYT channel for quite some time, you probably already know this, but if you haven't been around the PhoenixStarYT channel for a while, you probably don't know this, but I have been one of the many editors that have come and gone for the PhantomStrider YouTube channel. PhantomStrider is a content creator who talks about food stuff, he talks about cartoons, he talks about literally anything that he finds relatively interesting and that he has something to say on. Often having something to do with mental or physical health, but mainly just stuff that he finds just really interesting to talk about. And I took a lot of inspiration from him in the way that I make my content these days, and my presentation style and all of that, and even some of my editing style. I got as a direct inspiration from him. And nowadays, a lot of the content that I make is not necessarily in direct response to the content that he produced, but it is primarily a direct inspiration from him a lot of the time. So, I have a lot of respect for the guy for just making so much amazing content and for talking to his audience in a manner that is respectful and very caring and very open. Oops. He's always a very open-minded guy, and I find that so compelling about his content even to this very day. It's something that you don't always see anymore in a lot of YouTube content, and I think it is so cool that that he actually does that anymore. I've been one of his many editors for nearly 5 years now, and it has been a really cool run. It has been really awesome getting to work with a content creator who I had looked up to for so many years, because I started watching him back in 2016 when I found his top 10 worst Nickelodeon shows, and I've seen his channel evolve from that point ever since, and I've pretty much seen most of the videos that he had produced up to ever since then. And it has always been really fun watching his opinions, watching his analysis on certain things, and even just hearing him talking about mental health related issues, because it is a really important discussion to have, to talk about mental health stuff, you know. And Strider just kind of does it in a really compelling way, in a way that I really like. And I've always really, really enjoyed. Let me see if I can get my my usual combo in here right now. This has just been something that I've been doing lately, some balisong flipping and whatnot. So I just kind of like to show it off every once in a while to people. Yeah, I've been editing Strider content for nearly 5 years, up until recently when I finally decided that it is time for me to quit. So, yeah, I am no longer in the PhantomStrider team. I am still talking to those guys. I'm still in the team Discord server, which there's a private Discord server exclusively for the PhantomStrider team. So all of the editors are there, several guest stars that we've had on the show are there, and a number of other people are there who have had a direct hand in making Strider content, and it's always been really cool talking to those guys and just kind of exchanging ideas and editing projects that we've had on there. It's always been really cool to talk to those guys. And I decided to quit the editing team for a number of different reasons. And the biggest one is that my life is headed into a direction where freelance editing work basically is just not an option for me anymore. Because I got a job, I work at an IT company where I refurbish and wipe and restore computers that people would buy then, and it's a really cool and really fun experience and a really cool opportunity getting to do that. But it eats away so much time of my day that it's honestly becoming less and less suitable for me to do any sort of freelance editing work with the kind of deadlines that Strider demands. So that is unfortunately no longer going to be an option for me. And if I were to edit for PhantomStrider in the near future, it would be one segment at most. You know, maybe I will pop up in a future PhantomStrider video at some point. But right now it's just a little hard to tell when exactly that will be. It will definitely not be in the near future. It will probably take a bit for me to finally get back into it and to get into some PhantomStrider editing again for a little bit, for a couple of projects here and there or something. But we'll have to wait and see what happens from there. What I also wanted to talk about in regards to my editing work, and another key factor to me quitting. The main factor was obviously my job and just my life in general, because my life has been getting so busy. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life that I will not elaborate on any further because I don't want to give too much away from my personal life. I feel like I do that a little bit too much on this YouTube channel as is, where I'm just kind of talking about a lot of personal stuff that either nobody is really interested in, or that I really should not be talking about on the internet in the first place. So I am not going to elaborate too much on what exactly is going on in my life right now for that reason. But to keep a really long story short, a lot of things are currently going on to where I just don't really have the time, nor do I really have the desire to do any editing work in general. I do still really want to create content on the PhoenixStarYT channel. I'm currently working on some pretty big videos that are actually really, really close to my heart because they revolve around topics that I have a very strong feeling about and that I would love to talk about on the PhoenixStarYT channel on Koen's Corner. One of them revolves around a hobby that I got into in the last year, which is of course balisong flipping. Another one has to do with Pixar films and how much they mean to me and why they speak to me at a very personal level, and why they speak to many other people on a very personal level. And another one is on Tom and Jerry and why I think it is the greatest slapstick focus show of all time. The classic era of Tom and Jerry, obviously, not the latest one, which is honestly just kind of bad. I really am not a fan of the recent Tom and Jerry cartoons. I think it sucks. But yeah, that is basically what is going on right now in terms of my work as a video editor, which is basically non-existent at this point. It is literally just a hobby for me at this point because I don't really do this for money anymore. I literally only just do this for the sake of doing it and to have fun and to just make fun content on the PhoenixStarYT channel. Now, if someone were to commission me to edit something, then I would probably have to work with very, very flexible deadlines to work with it, or it would be under the circumstances where I would actually have a relatively good amount of time to get any editing work done whatsoever within a tight deadline. Which I don't know for certain when or how that is going to happen. But, you know, we'll have to see what happens from there. What I wanted, what is honestly a lot more important though right now is that I focus on a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, mainly my job, my relationships, my and a lot of other stuff that is going on that I once again will not elaborate on too much here. You might see a thing or two on my Blue Sky, which is always linked in the description down below, alongside my Discord server, alongside my other socials that I'm on. It will not be the Twitch channel, because the Twitch channel is long since been deprecated. I don't live stream on Twitch anymore, for obvious reasons, I would hope. The platform is garbage, the company behind it is garbage, and just... it is not the place where I want to do my live streams on anymore. And I have not done that in a really long time at this point either. I've been live streaming exclusively on YouTube again ever since I stopped streaming on Twitch. Because it's just not the platform what I want to stream anymore on. So that's what I decided to do. What I also wanted to talk about, again in regards to my editing work, is that I have been dealing with a lot of struggles in terms of insecurities and also just generally not feeling good about my work. And it comes from a variety of different angles, none of which have to do with anyone in particular on the PhantomStrider team or anything like that. A lot of it comes down to me, because they are my personal problems. They are my mental struggles, and they have absolutely nothing to do with anyone who triggers that or whatever. But it is still a struggle that I found myself in, and it is a struggle that I found myself in for quite some time now. And it has a lot to do with insecurities and inferiority complex. Because for the longest time, that is definitely what I've been dealing with when trying to edit for PhantomStrider. Because the thing is, the PhantomStrider team is home to many amazing editors who have all done an amazing job at editing his content for a very long time. Some editors have only recently come in, but they have already been doing such an amazing job and have really climbed their way up to just being some of Strider's best editors ever. And I am very confident in saying that, because these guys have just done such an incredible job and brought so much life and so much personality to PhantomStrider edits. It's honestly kind of incredible, the kind of stuff that these guys are even capable of doing, that I have a lot of trouble with trying to do. And that right there is my main problem. I've been lacking around or lacking behind other editors on the PhantomStrider team for a really long time. I think it's been like half a year at this point. And my editing, if you've noticed in a lot of my most recent edits on the PhantomStrider channel, I have plateaued. And I have plateaued a really, really long time ago, it feels like. My editing style for the PhantomStrider channel has really not been improving. It really has not been evolving. It's been kind of stuck in this one area where it is really difficult for me to just kind of get out of. And what sucks about that is that I really want to be the best editor that I could possibly be for the PhantomStrider channel. I have done some pretty good work for that channel in the past. I know that I can still do a pretty good job, but when I compare my work to other editors who quite frankly do a much better job than I can, that starts to eat away at me a little bit. And again, that is not a sneer to any of those guys. This is a me problem, not a them problem. not a they problem, because obvious reasons, but yeah, it's just been kind of rough for me personally, because I genuinely want to create something amazing for the PhantomStrider channel, but I just feel like I have not been able to really do that. In fact, I feel like my absolute peak in terms of PhantomStrider edits happened well over 3 years ago at this point, where a lot of my best edits came around the time when Strider started to branch out a little bit beyond just doing cartoons, and he was doing a lot more live action kind of stuff. He was showing his face a lot more on his videos, to the point where he basically almost exclusively just showed his real face instead of his avatar a lot of the time. And that was really cool, because we actually got to see Strider emote a lot more at the time, which I personally thought was just the coolest freaking thing ever, and I really enjoyed that about much of the content that he was producing for the PhantomStrider channel. And I feel like a lot of my best edits came from the 2021 to 2022, 2023 era. Because that was when we just started getting into food videos, and that was where a lot of my edits were very, very intricate, very elaborate, and some of my best edits came about because I had a lot of legitimate passion for what I was doing at the time, and that is not something that I have felt in a really long time. Not just that I had done a really good job in my edits, but also just the passion for it. Because for some bizarre reason, I just haven't really been feeling all that passionate about what I was doing. And I think it comes down to the insecurities that I have for the work that I do on the PhantomStrider channel anymore. Which really sucks. There were a few edits that that I still look back to, and that I still stand by as being some of the best work that I've ever done. There was one edit in particular for the abandoned online Lego games that I did for Strider, and it never. I never had a single doubt in my mind about how much I liked the edit. And it was a segment of Lego Universe. It was a online open world game where players would be able to pretty much do whatever the heck they wanted. They could explore the whole world. It was basically Minecraft, but in Lego form. It was literally just that. And Strider was doing a whole segment about it, and talking about the story of it, and talking about the possibility of just building whatever the heck you wanted in that world. Also, my sweater and my freaking t-shirt. I don't know why I still have them on my chair. I am freaking dirty as hell. I swear to Grievous. Oh, shite. That did not sound good. I just dropped that right onto my computer. That was a harsh freaking landing that thing made. No dents or chips or anything? No, it looks like we're good. Okay. Oh, that was rough. I should be a lot more careful with this. Still doesn't seem to have any tolerance problems, which is interesting. Holds up amazingly well for the fault that it just made. The sound that it made. My god. Okay. But yeah, the Lego Universe segment that I made for that video was extraordinarily complex. There was so many layers to it, and I used a lot of text on the screen for that segment, a lot of Strider just fading in and out of the screen, and a lot of, you know, just really intricate stuff in general going on in that particular segment. And what I loved about that particular segment was that, let me actually just flip something that I'm a little bit more confident in flipping. because I've been flipping balisongs this entire video. I don't care. I think it's just really fun to be able to flip and talk with you guys at the same time. And that edit was just really, really good and really enjoyable to me. And it was one that I genuinely was really proud of and still am really proud of to this very day. There was one other segment for the most dangerous foods, which was all about just dangerous foods, as the title suggests. And I made a segment on the ghost pepper. And I was showing all kinds of stuff in that segment to do with the Scoville scale, which is, of course, how spicy a pepper is. I was throwing all sorts of visual effects on the screen and things like that. And that segment was genuinely one of the greatest things that I ever created. Unfortunately, I just have not been able to really create those kinds of segments. I have tried to replicate that exact style, but then I started to realize this is not the style that I really want to edit my my videos in anymore, or PhantomStrider content. I have evolved as an editor into a style that I think works a lot better for me. But the problem is, my style is not compatible with the PhantomStrider channel anymore. And when you realize that your edits just are not compatible with a particular channel anymore, that is the moment where you should just step back and really think to yourself, am I really good for, can I really do this anymore? If my editing style just isn't compatible with the PhantomStrider channel anymore, maybe it would be better for me and for the whole team, and especially for Strider, who I can imagine had been pretty frustrated with me in the past over some really mediocre edits that I've put together for him in the past. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I just move on to other things. So that's what I did. And it was not just my personal insecurities, of course. It was also the lack of time that I was suddenly getting myself into in favor of just getting a job, because that is what I've been wanting pretty much this entire time. This whole year I've been working towards finally getting a job in IT, and now I finally got it, and I am extremely happy about that, and I'm really excited to see where what the future will hold for me. And it's going to be a good time, at least for me. Now, as for what that would mean for the PhantomStrider channel, obviously it means that I will no longer be editing PhantomStrider content for the foreseeable future. I might pop back in every once in a while, so if that's what you came for to the PhantomStrider channel, is to see edits of yours truly, then for one, I'm very thankful for that. If that is the reason why you come to PhantomStrider, is for my edits. Erica jokes, you gotta love them. If you came to this channel because you found me through the PhantomStrider channel, then I am really grateful that you decided to stick around. And if you are still around and you did come to this channel from PhantomStrider, please let me know in the comments. That would be really, really cool to know. Just know that going forward, I will no longer be posting anything remotely PhantomStrider related. You might see a couple of references to PhantomStrider content in some of my future Koen's Corners, but in terms of the shitposts that I used to do of my editing work for Strider, those will no longer pop up here. Those will probably be those will be sunset, and they will not return to here anymore because the shitposts in general were just really not the kind of content that I really wanted to post anyway anymore. So I just decided to completely leave those behind me for the most part anyway. And now they pretty much have been permanently cancelled for the foreseeable future. So that is a little something to note. But yeah, that is... expect a lot more just me content on this channel from now on. We will be doing a lot more just regular content on Koen's Corner. We're going to be talking about mental health, everyday life. We're going to be talking about animation. We're going to be talking about butterfly knives and the kind of crazy stuff that I like to do with them. You've been seeing me flip these beautiful things throughout the entirety of this video. It's been really, really fun. I kind of want to get some artwork made of my mascot character PhoenixStar just flipping one of these bad boys. That was the bite handle. Ooh. If that is something that you're interested to see, Blue Sky, link in the description. Check it out. Check out the Discord and all of that stuff. And yeah, you can just see what kind of crazy shenanigans are going on in my everyday life, and also just have a direct conversation with me on Blue Sky if that is what you're interested in, or on the Discord server. Trying to think of what more I was gonna say in this. I think I'm pretty much done. I think I've said most of everything that I wanted to say in this video. There really is not a whole lot more to get into other than, yeah, my life is just headed into a direction where editing work, unfortunately, just will not be an option for me anymore. At least not for the foreseeable future. PhantomStrider content on PhoenixStarYT is permanently cancelled for the time being. Actually, not for the time being. It's just cancelled. Done. It's no longer gonna be posted on here, so it's just gonna be me, and that's about it, really. Maybe I could actually get Strider to guest star in one of my Koen's Corners. That would be sick. But that is something for another day. For the time being, if you came here from the PhantomStrider channel and you are watching this and you're sad that I will no longer be editing for PhantomStrider, I do really want to thank you for the amazing ride that we had on the PhantomStrider channel or on here. If you still want to see more from me, you are in the right place. Koen's Corner and PhoenixStarYT are my main hub. So if you do want to see more of me, this is the place to be. And you will be seeing some pretty exciting and pretty good stuff on here that I'm extremely excited to talking about, including, like I said, a video on these beautiful boys. I can actually show you guys a little something that I obtained the other day. It is a little something that I actually did not plan on getting whatsoever, because it's more than a little bit scary. But it's actually, you can see it really badly because of the lighting. It's really horrendous right now in my room. Can I do a fan on this? Ooh, that was a scary thing to do. I don't want to do a lot of tricks on this because this is razor sharp. But I do actually have a sharp as hell balisong. This is the 142 clone that I just wanted to show off. Actually, I'm just realizing that thing is small. No wonder it feels so small. It's actually because it is small. I just realized. But that was a little side tangent. I'm really sorry. I should not be going on a side tangent about butterfly knives while I'm just saying my goodbyes to the PhantomStrider channel for the last time. But yeah, you'll be seeing a lot more really fun content on here that I'm excited to show you. And we'll have a really good time in the not too distant future. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and whatever ventures may come your way, whatever endeavors you may go into, I hope you have a wonderful time with it. I hope you'll be good. I hope you'll be safe, and I will see you in the next one.